Dustin Poirier defeated Conor McGregor, and despite winning by knockout, it was really the low calf kicks that gave him the advantage and ultimately led to McGregor's defeat. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Dr. Brian Suter, and this is your #1 source for learning about the unique medical side of the world of sports. Poirier won by knockout, but if you saw McGregor's reaction right away, he mentioned that his calf was basically dead. Even after the fight and the post-fight interview, he said that his leg was completely dead. In this video, I'm going to explain to you why Poirier's leg kicks caused McGregor's legs to be so ineffective. As always, if you enjoyed learning about this unique side of sports, please consider subscribing, and let's get started. As soon as the fight ended, McGregor was noticeably having some discomfort from especially that right lower leg, and we even heard when he was on his stool here at the end say that his calf was shot. As McGregor went to stand up here, we could even see that it looked like he, as soon as he put weight on that right leg, was in some serious discomfort, signifying just how damaging those leg kicks were. And here again, he said his leg was just dead, and that was really what kind of set off him not being able to fight well. Here was an example of just one of the many calf kicks that Poirier delivered to McGregor's right leg in particular. We can see him swing Poirier's left leg through here and make contact exactly on this kind of lateral aspect of McGregor's lower leg near the outside of that calf. Even right away, we can see McGregor have some pain here, some difficulty putting weight on that leg, and that just accumulated throughout the fight to where ultimately at the end, McGregor's leg was basically dead. A kick in this area is specifically targeting something we call the common fibular nerve or common peroneal nerve. And it's a nerve that supplies muscle control to part of the lower leg, but also some of the sensation. We'll break down the anatomy next, but first I want to give a shout out to the sponsor of this video. If you're like me and you're trying to make health a priority in 2021, then you're going to want to hear about the sponsor of today's video, Green Chef. Green Chef is a USDA certified organic company that makes eating well easy and affordable with a plan to fit every individual lifestyle. They feature dishes for a variety of lifestyles, including vegan, vegetarian, paleo, and even keto. I love making these meals at the end of the day. I think it's a great release after getting home from a stressful day of work. Everything is handpicked and delivered right to your door with contactless delivery, and the ingredients come pre-measured, perfectly portioned, and mostly prepped. It saves me time by not have to worrying about meal planning at the end of the day when I get home. All you have to do is follow their simple instructions that are provided, and in a short period of time, you've got a great, fantastic tasting meal. It's delicious, and it was actually pretty fun to prepare. To get started, go to greenchef.us/BrianMD90 and use code BrianMD90 to get $90 off your first box plus free shipping. The link's in the description, greenchef.us/BrianMD90, code BrianMD90 to get $90 off your first box, including free shipping. So thanks again to Green Chef for sponsoring today's video, and let's get back to our learning. So remember this image because I want you to pay attention to exactly where Poirier's leg is making contact with McGregor's. It's the outside, kind of just below his knee. If we go to our anatomy model here, this is really that area where Poirier's leg is making contact with McGregor. And this is where these UFC fighters are trying to strike to have these effective calf kicks. I've got all the muscles shown here, so I'm not hiding anything, but this green nerve that I'm showing, this is that common fibular nerve. What's important about it is how superficial it is, meaning how close it is to the skin. A lot of other big nerves in our body are deep beneath skin, deep beneath muscle, and so they're pretty well protected. But this nerve in particular, also your funny bone nerve, the ulnar nerve, is really close to the surface, really susceptible to these stuns and getting injured. Now that common fibular nerve is actually a branch off of the sciatic nerve. And so here we've got the back of the thigh, we're looking at the hamstring muscles, we're gonna hide those hamstring muscles, and now we can see the big kind of cyan colored sciatic nerve that runs down the back of the leg. When you get down to about the level of the knee, an area we call the popliteal fossa, that common fibular or common peroneal branch breaks off to start wrapping around that lateral portion of the leg. Now, if we hide a couple more of these muscles here on this outer compartment, now we can see that there's actually two branches that come off of that common peroneal. This first one's going to be the deep peroneal nerve, and then this one here is going to be the superficial. I'll change the color so you can see the branches better. This yellow branch that again is going to continue all the way down into the foot is going to be the deep branch, and then the one that still continues in green is the superficial. When this nerve gets damaged from calf kicks in this area, it's going to do two things. Number one, it's going to cause pain from the signals that go down to the sensory input on the leg. And number two, it's going to cause limited function of the muscles because that nerve is going to be stunned. For the muscle component, the main one we're thinking about here is the tibialis anterior. It's this big muscle that sits on kind of the front of your shin bone that you can feel pretty well in yourself and is active when you pick your ankle up. So this is why we see guys sometimes stumble because they don't have that control to pick their ankle up as they move around the octagon. This image is now showing what we call dermatomes, so where there's sensory distribution in the lower leg. So you can see this common peroneal is going to have a little bit more higher up on the outside. The deep branch of the perineal is going to get this little tiny space between the toe, and then that superficial perineal branch is going to cover the majority of the outer portion of the leg. So you hit that nerve really close to the skin enough right here in this area, it's going to cause those nerves to shut off. It's going to cause some sort of temporary damage to them, basically ending up with this dead feeling lower leg. The other thing we got to think about too with calf kicks in this area is your fibula bone is sitting right there as well. If I hide some more of these structures here, now we can really start to see that fibula. And that fibula sits right up here, and look at how close those branches of the fibular nerve are. That means you've got even less of a cushion for a kick to hit that nerve and pinch it between the bone. You can also, from enough calf kicks, get deep bruising and injury to the bone itself here. And so there's other components beyond just the nerve that make these calf kicks like Poirier delivered so debilitating. Also, just bruising and hematoma formation within those muscles of the lower leg can cause enough pain and swelling that again are going to be really painful when you try to activate them. So taking a look here again, Poirier comes through with this kick, lands right to that outer portion of McGregor's lower leg, near the area of the top of the fibula, near this common perineal nerve and all of its branches. And with enough impact to that nerve, you're going to shut off its signals down to the rest of the leg, causing the leg to feel dead and limiting the muscle control of that leg, debilitating a fighter, particularly here like what happened with McGregor. So that's it for the video, everybody. I hope this was educational and you learned something. Next time you're watching a UFC fight, hopefully now you understand some of the anatomy and why these calf kicks are so effective. Let me know as always any questions or comments down below. Until next time, we'll see you later. Bye.